Hi, Dave with Align Therapy here. We're going to talk today about 3 easy ways that you can tell if you have increased kyphosis. We've done other videos on kyphosis and we get a lot of comments and questions on those videos about what is kyphosis and how do I know if I have kyphosis. So these are 3 ways that you can check. These aren't the only ways, but these are just simple ones. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and also look for other videos that also explain similar things. There's also a video on 3 ways to detect or identify scoliosis. So look for those, and thanks for watching. So kyphosis, if you don't know what kyphosis is, everyone should have kyphosis. So if anyone is saying that we don't want kyphosis or fix your kyphosis, keep in mind that we still want some kyphosis. So if we look at the spine from the front or from the back, we should see a spine that's relatively straight. Any curve side to side is scoliosis. If we look at someone from the side, we should have natural curves in the spine. We have a lordosis that's in the low back, we have a kyphosis that's in the upper back, and then we have another lordosis that's in the cervical spine and the neck. So we should have those that's how our body is designed, so we should have some kyphosis and some lordosis. But we don't want excessive kyphosis or lordosis. So excessive kyphosis would be rounding of the back that's like this. Excessive lordosis would be like a sway back or an arched low back like this. So kyphosis in and of itself isn't a huge problem unless it's excessive. Unless it is at a higher level where it's creating other problems or it's getting worse. In teenagers, we see kyphosis that increases as they grow. A specific type of kyphosis called Scheuermann's kyphosis. That's a structural kyphosis. Sometimes we have a kyphosis that's more a postural or a functional kyphosis where it's just the muscles haven't been trained to hold you out of the kyphosis. So this video isn't going to go into a ton of how we detect structural versus functional kyphosis, but we'll talk a little bit about that. So again, everyone should have kyphosis. We're looking for, is the kyphosis excessive? Is it something that we need to worry about? If you're having back pain, is your kyphosis related to the back pain? And that could be back pain anywhere in this area through here. Sometimes we actually see kyphosis in the lordosis. That's a lot of osises. But if we have kyphosis in the lordosis where we should have it going this way, that's a little more of an issue. And if that's what you have, we need to do another video for that because that's beyond the scope of this. So 3 ways. So the first way, I'm going to have Shar, one of my therapists, help me out with this. So Shar, come on over and stand right here. So an easy way you can do that, scoot back a little bit, back this way, there we go, is have the person touch their toes. We do this in scoliosis screening to look for one side being higher than the other. But Shar, go ahead and bend forward. So this is the kyphosis right here. What we're looking for in this position is that it's nice and rounded, but it's not overly rounded, and we don't have one area that's sharper in that round than another. Go ahead and stand back up. Char's pregnant, so that might be influencing some kyphosis or lordosis. But when someone's standing, you can look to see if they have increased lordosis, so sway back. Sometimes as pregnant women get bigger up front, they tend to arch their back more. But go ahead and bend forward one more time. What we're looking for a structural kyphosis, like a Scheuermann's kyphosis, is more of a triangle or a little sharper area with the kyphosis. With Shar, we see a nice rounded kyphosis. That's what we should be looking for. Go ahead and stand back up. So with that test, you'd probably be seeing more, if you're seeing that sharper area, that might be a structural kyphosis like a Scheuermann's kyphosis. So just something to look for. Most of us, as we bend forward, will round our back and we will see more kyphosis. So that's to be expected. Number two way is just have the person sit and look at them from the side. Are they sitting with their shoulders rounded and their head forward like this? if they are sitting like that, they probably have increased kyphosis. Do they have a structural kyphosis or something? We don't know yet, but are the shoulders forward and is the back rounded excessively? One thing to look at is, do they lose the lordosis? So if we slouch like this, my lordosis kind of goes away. So just looking at the posture from the side, if there's more curve than it looks like should be normal, there are degrees and things like that that we can look at if something's excessive or not numerically. But just looking to see, is their head over their shoulders, and is their shoulder over their hip? If we're seeing a lot of rounding and we don't see a lordosis, there's probably excessive kyphosis, which could be functional, and they could pull out of that. So that's number 2. Number 3 is, so Shar, I'm going to have you sit here again. So number 3 is kind of the same as number 2, but sitting, show me bad posture. Shar doesn't have bad posture anyway. So if she had bad posture and I was wondering if this is something that is a bigger issue than just posture, I could tell her to sit up straight. So go ahead and sit up tall. Maybe not sit up straight. Sit up straight's kind of a term I don't use very much, but sit tall. And if they can sit tall and they can pull out of that kyphosis, then it's probably not totally a structural problem. It still could be. But Shar, pretend like you have excessive kyphosis. It's kind of hard for her to do. But if I told some of our patients, if I told you to sit up tall, what would that look like? Yeah, so their shoulders kind of still stay forward, their head still stays forward, and they can't quite pull out of that. Or something that Shar can probably demonstrate now really well, they go to sit up, but they arch their low back. So their kyphosis doesn't change at all. They're just arching their low back to get that more upright position. So that's something to look at, that if they are compensating with their low back and you're seeing more of a lordosis because they're trying to get the kyphosis, then that's something that can indicate that as well. So Shar definitely is not a good example of kyphosis, but she does have an increase in lordosis, even not pregnant. So watch for those things, try those three things out. If you're seeing something that's excessive that you're worried about or concerned about, or you have questions about, put a comment in the comments below, and we'll do more videos on kyphosis and treatment, as well as kyphosis and identifying structural versus functional. So hopefully this was helpful. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.